Okay, good morning everyone. We are from group 6 and today we are going to present on the topic which is called which is name is language, gender and education. And before we start the presentation, let me introduce our group member first. I'm Gil Shakir as a moderator and last presenter, and then my friend Fadli as a first speaker, and next is Patan as the second speaker. Okay, without further ado, let's begin the presentation, and the first material will be presented by Fadli.
Alright, thank you Gilman for your attention. So, to begin with, I will talk about the gender pattern in language use, especially in terms of speech style and participation. So, the linguistic research shows that men and women often use language differently. According to Deborah Tamen, 1990, woman's speech tends to be more cooperative, supportive, and focused on building relationship. So to begin the speech style, there is several that style that I research from the webs and any website. So the first is speech styles. So the women often use more standard and polite forms because they want to gain social approval and avoid criticism. In contrast, men are more likely to use ver- vernacular or non-standard forms to express the solidarity or togetherness. And for the intents, in Indonesian EFL classroom, a female student might carefully construct a grammatically correct sentence to please the teacher, while a man student might use informal English or even mix in slang to sound more relaxed and cool. And the second one is interactional features. So the women frequently use back channel signal like or yeah, and take questions such as it's hot today, isn't it? To keep the conversations expressive and supportive. Meanwhile, men are uh, men are more likely to use direct comment and interruption, especially in competitive settings. For the example, in a group discussion, a girl may nod and say, "Yes, that's right," to show the support. Meanwhile, a boy may interrupt with, "No, let's do this instead." Okay, and the third one is participant patterns. So the student in classrooms and meetings show that male speakers usually take longer turns and interrupt more, whereas the female speakers tend to ask more questions and use strategies to maintain group harmony. In an Indonesian English class, teachers often notice boys dominating oral activities, while girls prefer to take notes or support the discussion without being the main speaker. And the last one is context sensitivity. Importantly, these patterns are flexible, so both men and women can shift their styles depending on the audience, topic, and the power relations. For the example, a female student who is usually quiet may speak more confidently if she is the group leader, while a man student may adopt a more polite style when talking to the teacher. There's an example. In Indonesian English classroom, female students often give longer, more carefully structured answer and politely ask for clarification, while male students may speak more freely even when their grammar is not perfect. That's all from me. Now I will hand over to my friend who will explain about how gender influence classroom dynamics and teacher talk. So the next speaker will be presented by Fatan Nurul Haq.
Okay, for the first material is classroom dynamic in sociolinguistics. Classroom dynamic in sociolinguistics refer to the way social interaction, communication pattern, and relationship between teacher and student are formed in the classroom. In the context of education, language play a central role in shaping how knowledge is transmitted, how students respond, and how identities are constructed. And one important social factor that influence this dynamic is a gender. So gender has been shown to influence student learning style and participation. Uh, and male students are often associated with more active, competitive, and outspoken learning style. So they tend to take the floor more often to speak. In contrast, female students are more often seen as collaborative, courteous, and supportive. So their roles tend to be more listening or giving brief response. Research by Setker 1994 show that teacher unconsciously call or not respond to male student more often than female student. This imbalance has the potential to create a bias in the learning experience, and this becomes particularly evident in the practice of teacher talk. The way teacher explain material, give instruction, or provide feedback is not always neutral. Teachers may challenge or criticize a male student more directly, while offering supportive praise or simple question to female student. In other words, male students tend to receive a critical and analytical feedback, whereas female students more often receive affective and encouraging response. And although subtle, this linguistic difference can shape very different learning experience. So the impact is of linguistic difference in treatment in this formation of a gender gap is uh, male students receive more training in critical thinking, vocalization, and courage in facing academic challenges. Meanwhile, female students are more often directed towards supportive or passive roles, which limit their opportunities to develop argumentation skill and active participation. It is important to note that this gap is not caused by difference in ability, but rather by difference in linguistic treatment in classroom interaction. Okay, next slide. So this is educational implication. From a sociolinguistic perspective, this phenomenon is very important to note because teachers need to be aware of the potential for linguistic bias in classroom interaction. So this is there are some steps that can be taken, including the first one is providing equal speaking opportunities to all gender, and the second is varying teacher talk strategies. This is asking open-ended question to all students, balancing praise with analytical feedback and providing critical challenges to both male and female students. And the next point is encouraging cross-gender. This is a collaboration to make language interaction more balanced. And the last one is by implementing a gender-sensitive sociolinguistic approach. Classroom can become more inclusive, where all students have equal opportunities to develop, uh, free free from the limitation of gender stereotype in languages. Okay, maybe this is from me, and the next material will be presented by Gilman.
Okay, thanks Fatan. For the last point we want to highlight is which is which is strategies for promoting gender equality in English language based on the suggestion from Holmes 2012 and Meyerhoff 2018. Teachers can create their classroom through the following approach. The first one is balanced participation. This is a use structured turn taking and pair work and the small group activities so that male and also female students have equal chance to speak, and gender neutral materials. This is choose textbook and example that avoid stereotypes such as always presenting men as a leader or woman as a caretaker. And next is teacher awareness. This is reflect on personal classroom habits such as who is called on first or who receives more praise to avoid unconscious bias. And the next is encouraging diverse styles. Value both cooperative and assertive speaking styles and reward students not only for giving correct answers but also for asking thoughtful questions. And the last one is adaptation. Adaptation. Sorry. In addition, ELT teachers can rotate the group leaders, mix seating arrangement, and highlight female role models in English-speaking culture to inspire all the students. This is especially important in Indonesian classroom because gender equity supports student confidence, increase speaking opportunities, and also promotes a more inclusive environment for language teaching. So to conclude my part, these strategies help teachers reduce gender bias and ensure that every student can participate and succeed. To summarize, we have discussed three important points about language, gender, and education. The first is gender patterns in language use show how men and women may speak differently in terms of style and participation. And second is classroom dynamics demonstrate how gender can affect teacher talk and learning opportunities. And third is strategies for promoting gender equity. Sorry, provide practical ways for teachers to create inclusive English classroom. We hope our presentation has given you a clearer understanding of how language and gender interact in education, especially in the Indonesian context. If you have any question or feedback, we will be happy to discuss them. Just comment in the uh, in the below. So yeah, thank you.